everybody, it is Brandon from BrandonRFoster.com here to encourage and inspire you today. And today we're continuing our discussion on confidence. And today I have a little quiz for you that will tell you if you are a confident person or if you are not a confident person. So I'm going to give you 5 questions today to ask yourself and explain to you how answering these 5 questions will tell you if you are a confident person or if you are someone who could actually use a little bit more self-confidence to believe in yourself. Now, before I even begin, I want to remind you guys that confidence is knowing and believing in your capabilities and abilities. And the more you know and believe in your capability and abilities, the more you're willing to step outside of that comfort zone. And we all know that in order to get different results in our life, we have to do things differently. And if you don't feel comfortable being uncomfortable and going outside of where you are today and changing things, not just your actions, but your mindset as well, okay, you're not going to be able to have maximum change and momentum in your life. So let's get right into this quiz. So the first question I want to ask you to tell if you're a confident person or not is, are you afraid to ask for help? Okay, very simple question. Are you afraid to ask for help? All right. Now, most of us struggle with this to a certain degree, depending on what our self-confidence is and also what the situation is. But oftentimes, it is our ego, it is our insecurity that is like, no, I'm not asking for help. No, I'm not going to ask questions, even though it would be easier, it would be more supportive. Okay. Because the truth is, we feel like if we have to ask for a question, like we're not enough. Like, we're not smart enough, we're not good enough, like we should be able to do everything on our own. And if we were able to do everything on their own, then there probably should just be just one planet. I mean, one person on the entire planet, right? I mean, if we didn't need other people to help us, or there wasn't a purpose behind it, God wouldn't have created all the people to be on the planet. So a really confident person is not afraid to ask for help. So do you ask for help or do you not ask for help? Number 2, do you believe in failure exists? A confident person does not believe that failure exists, okay? Now, I'm sure there are people out there who have a lot of confidence and they would say, well, in this one situation, I failed. But the truth is, if they kept going, they didn't fail. I believe that failure means that you actually quit, because if you keep pursuing your goal, dream, aspiration, you are going to get there eventually. And in fact, in Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich, where he outlined all these reasons why people didn't become rich or didn't become wealthy, the biggest one was lack of persistence. And the reason why we lack persistence is we don't get the results that we want when we try something new or do something outside of our comfort zone. And because we don't get the results that we want, we just stop because we think it's not working. And instead, we should be asking ourselves, how is it working? How can I improve it? How can I change it? And so truly confident people, they don't actually believe in failure. They believe in learning. They believe in mistakes. They believe in feedback, as Amanda Frances says, in order to change and adjust and do things differently. But they eliminate failure from the vocabulary. In fact, Kobe Bryant, I was watching this video on YouTube about Kobe Bryant. It's one of his inspirational talks. And someone asked him, how did it feel to lose? And he said, excellent. Or something to that effect. He was like, it was like a good emotion. He was like, because then I knew what I needed to work on next. And I was just thinking to myself, like, okay, my mind is blown because you're talking about someone, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, who obviously wanted to win all the time, but he realized that if he lost, it was opportunity to actually improve and be better. So he actually wasn't losing because it was showing him what exactly needed to be done differently. That's just so incredibly powerful and impactful. So the third question I want you to ask yourself is, do you face your fears with action? Okay, confident people think that confidence is a result of how you feel before taking action. And the truth is that you can kind of build a little bit of powerful, positive, faith-based expectation before you do something. But the real feeling of confidence usually happens after you actually do something. So really confident people, they're not afraid to face their fears. One of my favorite quotes about fear is, fear knocked on the door, I answered, and nobody was there. Absolutely love that quote about fear so incredibly much. And then how many times does the Bible tell us not to be afraid? Like, I don't even know, like so many times is like, God is love, God is not fear, all those kinds of things. So are you someone who is able to face your fears with action? That's the key thing, because action is the only thing that actually defeats fear. Think about the whole analogy of fear knocking on the door. You have to answer the door, and then you discover that there's actually nothing to be afraid about. The fourth question is do you allow yourself room for mistakes, or do you judge yourself? Because really successful people who have high self-confidence, they're not afraid of mistakes, they're not afraid of feedback, okay? And they don't judge themselves. Instead, they're actually gentle observers of themselves. I think that's another term from Anna Francis. They're gentle observers, okay? So they look at what they did, they look at the results, and then they reflect and they ask themselves, and by the way, this is the difference between self-judgment and self-reflection is huge, because self-judgment is creating feelings of shame and guilt over your actions because you didn't get the results you wanted. Self-reflection is actually loving and appreciating yourself for stepping outside of your comfort zone and then looking at your results and asking, how can you shift? How can you do better? And of course, your results are a combination of thoughts plus feelings plus actions. So you got to ask yourself, how was I feeling? What was I thinking? And what action did I take? And seeing how those can be shifted and changed and rearranged to actually get different results in your life. The fifth one is do you need encouragement from other people? I am totally going to be honest with all of you all watching. I love encouragement from other people. I love encouragement from other people. I love when people cheer me on. I love when people celebrate me. I love all these things because let's just face it, like when we were raised by our parents or caregivers, whoever raised us, okay, when we received encouragement, it made us feel love. So we often equate encouragement with love. So the opposite of that is that when people don't encourage us or don't believe in our goals, dreams, aspirations, we don't feel love. We don't feel supported. And so when other people don't encourage us and don't support us, it questions and it makes us have this self-doubt and insecurity about should we pursue our goals, dreams, aspirations. And the truth is that confident people are okay if people are not on board with what they want to do. They're okay if people don't believe in them. They're okay if people disagree with them because they're able to encourage themselves. They have the confidence, they know their capabilities and abilities, and they can encourage themselves. And in fact, David in the Bible encouraged himself when Saul did not encourage him to go kill Goliath, and his brothers did not encourage him, and nobody believed in him, but he encouraged himself basically. So I think that is like really, really important, is that confident people know how to encourage themselves. Now, depending upon how you fell on this, I'm sure you were mind was blown a little bit. And I want to remind you guys that confident people, they achieve more than people who are not confident because they're willing to step outside their comfort zone. And if you are someone who feels like you are being held back, like you are holding yourself back, like you could do more, you could be more, you believe it, you know it, you can feel it, but you know that thing that might be holding you back is just your own self-belief, your own self-doubt, your own self-worries, your own fears, then I have an incredible course for you called Confident AF. And it will, I love this course so much. This is a course that is like the only course I know of that actually goes in detail over 8 weeks what confidence actually is, how to recognize it, how to build off of it, what the number one killers of confidence are, and also what are the secret ingredients that help to build self-confidence. It's very near and dear to my heart. If that sounds really amazing to you, make sure you check out the link below in the comments. Check out that course, Confident AF. I love you so much. Have an amazing day. Thank you all so much for stopping by to watch some of my inspirational and encouraging mindset content. I encourage all of you to drop by our private free Facebook group, You Were Born to Slay, on Facebook, where we got the link is down below in the comments, where I have tons of written free content, more inspirational posts, more inspirational videos for you to enjoy throughout the week. And then of course, the worst feeling in the world, boo, is when you feel stuck. So if you want to take my free 7 Reasons You Might Feel Stuck masterclass, the link is down there in the comments, so check that out as well. And last but not least, we have some more inspirational mindset content for you to watch here and here And they're both really good, boo. So it doesn't matter where you start, but I would love for you to watch some more inspirational content to help you discover how you can experience more joy, more love, more abundance in your life every single day. I love you so much. Have an awesome day, boo.